I want to welcome you to another episode of Beyond the Surface Radio. I'm your host, Dr. Wanda J. Evans-Brewer, and I'm seated post G3 Health Fair, Livonia, Ada Village, first time historic experience. The numbers definitely reflect interest and need and concern, and I'm with Bishop Samson Amajene the night before he travels back to Nigeria. As you know from a previous podcast, he requested to come and observe the event and see if it was something that he could possibly duplicate, or we partner up and we go back and we have what I'm calling right now a G4 tour in Nigeria. And I'm curious, Bishop, what are your thoughts? Where are we with the concept of a G4 after having observed G3 in Livonia Village yesterday?
Thank you very much, Dr. J. Wonders. The concept of G4 is born out of the passion that was exhibited in the G3, that is for Ghana. We saw how the team, led by you, went to the villages, the hamlets, and giving support to those families, to those communities, and putting joy and smile on their faces is something that needs to be duplicated in other communities in Africa as a whole. And so that was the motivating factor that made me to come. I want to come and experience what it looks like. And I came and I saw how, if I should use the word, though she don't like it, but I think I can use it here. I use the word Mother Africa because the name is being used by so many people, but there are people that are really mothers of Africa, and she is one of them.
Wow.
She loves Africa, and that was what motivated her to fly all the way from United States of America to come to this
16 hours.
Yes, down to these communities to impact them positively. And so G4 is a welcome development that we can't wait to have you in Nigeria. We just want you to come, and with your team, I'm already a part of the team. We'll work together and see
Absolutely.
what we can do to put smile on the faces of the people in the community.
Now, one thing I explained to the bishop is that this project is born out of relationships. It's not a cookie cutter template type of project. It is his responsibility to go back to his community, because I'm not Nigerian. I've never been to Nigeria. I can't see the issues, or I don't have an image or even a landmark that can direct me. So he'll have to go back to his community, or he'll have to target another community, and he'll have to do the groundwork. So I'm living vicariously through the bishop. But the idea of bringing a G4 where we actually service people with no strings attached, good medicine, good information, good access to immediate vaccination for some things, and at least donations for the potential for another vaccination for another. You got a lot of hard work ahead going to these communities and looking at these demographics and making sure that we can have a G4. Are you ready for that?
Certainly, we are ready for it, because it's a humanitarian service you are rendering to the people out there, because a lot of people are sick.
Yeah, they
and
are.
They can't afford the payment for their medication. So you coming with the team to support them to get that healing is something that God in heaven will be happy with you for. And people in Nigeria will be glad to associate with you and to collaborate with you to do that. And there are people who can, as it were, give some support in their own. Yeah, maybe they can give a venue, they can give accommodation to accommodate. We will work to ensure that those things are, what we can do will be done, and then it's a collaboration and it's a teamwork. So everybody is expected to do one thing or the other to make it a success, just like what we did here in Ghana. The members of the team there was that synergy.
Yes.
And oneness of heart, oneness of purpose. We work together. Some are on the table, some are scanning, some are taking data and all that. Some are giving, doctors were there, nurses were there, and so forth and so on. So we are ready for it. I can assure you. Yeah, we are ready for it.
Well, you heard it here. You heard it right here on Beyond the Surface Radio, that Bishop, and I tease him and call him bully, but I consider him a great man of God. The great Bishop Samson Amajene has called it. He said we can do this G4, that he has the energy, the tenacity, the perseverance to do the groundwork, to set it up for me and whoever we assemble as a team, and all that's up to God, for us to come and render a type of service, because it's not going to look exactly the same, because Nigeria is its own country. But definitely the core components will be there. And so I'm going to ask you to look out for G4, Nigerian style, under the leadership of the great Bishop Samson Amajene. I'm comfortable following him. And so we'll have to see. But until we meet again, be safe in God's grace.
Amen.